I can't. Well, I can. Persevere. Just recorded a whole video. Or so I thought. What's going on? I didn't even hit fucking record. I think I did this time. Yup, I did. Okay. So, I just finished writing. As you can see, I didn't write last night because I had to get up for a double today. And I didn't want to be all tired, so I put off writing, but I still didn't get fucking sleep. So I should have just wrote yesterday too, but I wrote today and it felt good. Feels good. Feels freeing. Feels like what I'm supposed to be doing. It feels like my path. But I feel like this is also my path. I like doing this too. I actually love doing this. I don't know, it's very energizing to just sit down in front of a camera and yap. Just yap. Feels good. So I want to go over what I thought I was going over in my previously recorded video that's not actually recorded, that's not actually exists. Yeah. The rat race is for the weak-minded, but also those who are lost. The rat race is for the weak-minded, but also those who are lost. So I was thinking about that at work today. It was a meditation I had. And basically what I was thinking was, I don't want to be in the rat race my entire life. And I know if you're watching this, you don't want to be in the rat race your entire life either. And the weak-minded individuals get stuck. They get stuck in comfort. They get stuck in the same, and what's easy, and they lose their soul, you know? And I can't be like that. I can't do that. I can't be like that my whole life. But it's also like, some people settle for it. It's like some people strive for it, but some people settle for it. And it's like settling for less. It's like you have this idea in your head that it's just gonna be easy, and it's just gonna get easier if you just fucking go to school and get a degree and become like an accountant or some shit, and you're set for life, you know? And you just get, you know, pay raises biannually or whatever. Fuck that shit. That is not for me. The rat race is for the weak-minded, but also the lost. Also those who are lost. Which, I mean, my parents, man, they're stuck in it. And I hate to see it because I can see how it drains them. I mean, my mom tries to do her own shit by like going to the gym and getting her shit done. And my dad just fucking, it's my dad. I love them both to death, but yeah. But I can't do this shit for my whole life. I can't. You know, me and my mom were actually having a conversation, and we were talking about how I need to get either another job or more shifts at my current job. But I mean, I'm making pretty good money for how much I am working. And the only thing that's really holding me back is like my credit card debt. But that's not even that bad. I can get out of that hole quick in the grand scheme of things. It's not that bad. I mean, I think I owe like $1,000 on a card, but I can get that. I'll probably get that this month, so we good. what I was saying though was, is me and my mom have been kind of having a continual conversation about jobs and working, and she was saying that I said that every job is. I was saying how like my job is soul sucking, but at the same time it's not, because there is soul to it. It's like I'm working in a people environment. I'm seeing people, and I get to almost see like the best version of people. In some cases, because like, you know, when people are drunk, they're like, some people get like happier and more uplifted. That sense of being, you know, that sense of oneness, I guess. But then, I mean, other people not so much. But it's besides the point. The point is I was saying how my job is soul sucking, and my mom was like, well, every job is gonna be soul sucking, and that is totally true. Literally every job I've had has sucked the soul right out of me, and I hate that. I mean, like, I don't like to throw the word hate around, but I mean, when something is soul sucking, hate is like the only way to describe that, because your soul, your heart, your creativity comes from your soul. And when it's ripped away from you because of some stupid job and some stupid superficial shit like money and a fucking boss and a false authority, what the fuck? You know? Like, I. The rat race is for the weak mind of also those who are lost. And, you know, talking about my mom, she is lost. She is a creative. I mean, she had so much potential, but then, you know, she was forced out, went to school, had me, got a job, had me, you know. Her life could have been so much different, but I think everything happens for a reason. And I know that there's no coincidences in life. It's all synchronicities. Everything happens for a reason. She was meant to have me. I was meant to be here. Because if her life was different, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. You know, she wouldn't have met my dad, and I wouldn't be here. But I'm here for a reason. And I know that reason, and that's my writings. That's my voice. It's my voice. That's my reason. It's my voice. There's direction. There's multiple faucets from my voice, but it's my voice, and I need to get it out there. I need people to hear me. This better be recording. It is. I need people to hear me. I'm still good. I'm paranoid. I need people to hear me. All right, we're gonna take a shift here. I don't wanna condone any use of any substances, but I want to talk about psychedelics. Psychedelics reinforce bad behavior when blind to their power. When used to dive deep into consciousness, they're beyond this dimension. Alright, so what I mean by that is psychedelics are a tool. They're a tool to higher states of being. They're a tool to a higher state of being. That's the best way I can put it right now. Now, when they're used wrong, when you use them wrong, they reinforce bad behaviors. They reinforce the negativity. They reinforce the bad shit. And I've experienced this. I've seen it firsthand in my own experience. And I've seen it firsthand in others' experience too. So, in my own experience, I've tripped a lot. I can't even tell you the amount of times I've fucking taken mushrooms and or LSD, even DMT, but I never broke through. But I took, yeah, I took LSD with some buddies, my best friends, still are, and this was like 2 years ago, I think, and we smoked so much weed, and like not at first like we didn't really smoke, but then we like started smoking a lot of fucking weed, and I just remembered another thing. We smoked a lot of weed, and then I end up jerking off that night. And after that, it was like a reinforcement of this behavior. It was like every night after that, I jerked off. Even though I had a girlfriend, even though I had regular, like, you know, shit. This was in the past. Doesn't matter anymore. But you know, the experience speaks for itself. I want to try and help somebody hopefully recognize, or prior to recognition, cut it out early. But every night without fail, it was like not even porn or anything. I was past that part, but you know. Secondly, I smoked so much fucking weed. If I remember correctly, I smoked like every day, all day. And it was literally because me and my buddies did some LSD and we smoked a lot of weed. And then that night, that night happened. And I think it took another mushroom trip to realize how fucked my mind was. And mushrooms so much better than LSD because they really show you what the fuck is wrong with you, and when used correctly, they can also reinforce bad behavior. But when used correctly, they can really show you what's wrong, because they kind of just take you and put you in a fucking washing machine, and then the dryer on like high, tumble dry high, high heat, everything. And then when you're done, it's like nice and cozy and warm. Great analogy, but they just fucking show you what the fuck is up. And that next mushroom trip after that, it was like I was just like on this plane of existence of just like dopamine hit, and then like I literally like had this mushroom trip and then tapered off weed and then quit, threw it away, and then I quit. I don't even remember. Like it's foggy, bro. It's so foggy, but I did quit, or at least I tried to, and then I think I went back to it, and then another trip like really solidified it, like I need to quit. And then my last trip, the mushrooms kept telling me to quit vaping, and literally I didn't hit the vape once. I was like, I can't reinforce this bad behavior, because I knew it would, like I knew if I hit it once, I would hate myself, and it just wouldn't be good. But a couple of days later, I ended up hitting the vape again, and then getting hooked on it again for like another 4 months or whatever. I don't even know how long it was, but I did just end up quitting, like, I don't know, I think like 4 months ago, so it's not that big of a deal. But yes, psychedelics reinforce bad behaviors when blind to their power. When used to dive deep into consciousness, they're beyond this dimension. Now, also in my last trip, I felt like I was like channeling like the source, the divine light, because I was literally just sitting there like with like the eyes rolled back in my head. But I was like still conscious, but I was like, it was the only way I could see, like, I don't know what was happening beyond this reality. It was weird. It was, and then like it was also like Lily, my girlfriend, she was like touching my body. She was like, "You're buzzing," and I was like, I don't even know if I responded. I was like, "Really?" I said like, "Really?" Like I couldn't believe myself. Now, I wish I could like go back with what I know now and go into that experience. But at the same time, like, that's gonna come in the future. Now, I would love to trip, but at the same time, I can't because I've quit everything. Caffeine, weed, nicotine, psychs, like everything has been cut out. Alcohol. I wasn't even much of a drinker, but I stopped that too. I don't even take like a little sip because I feel it. My body's so sensitive. But I wish I could go. I wish I could do it again now and know what I know. But like, just imagine what I'll know in like 6-7 years when I do probably end up doing it again, because I gotta wait till my brain's fully developed first, and I need to figure some shit out in my sober mind first before I touch that shit again, any of it. And then like balance is okay then, you know? Like balance is okay then, but for now, like I need to just really hone my mind and not rely on anything. Like just rely on myself. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm relying on myself. Like the mental fortitude of my mind. Because if I can rely on that, then I'll know that I can have balance. Then I'll know that in the future, if I want to, you know, eat some cake or fucking drink some black tea or some green tea or like even fucking have a cappuccino or like some tiramisu or like any of that, you know, like that shit that like I feel like I wouldn't be able to stop almost if I did it now. I'll have the mental fortitude to be completely okay with it and to know my limits and to know, I mean, I feel like I already have a good grasp of my limits, but I just want to be my best self, and I feel like this is the key to it, is to have this aligned balance within myself right now. And you know, even then I might still just want to have my mental fortitude guide me through life, because this is my path and I love my path. I love myself. And let's segue into my next thought. Also, this came almost right after this, the past thought. It's distant, but those patterns stick with you. Now, I was thinking of this in a literal sense. I was looking at the ground, and I felt like I could see kind of like flowing sacred geometrical patterns. And I'm not under any influence or anything. Ever since I really like started tripping heavy, like I've kind of, even in a sober mind, I've been able to just look at the ground. It's usually the ground, like whatever the ground is, I can usually look at the ground. And when I start kind of just being still and kind of focusing on like my breath or just the floor, not thinking really, I start seeing like patterns, like the snowflake kind of pattern. And that could, maybe it's just HPPD, but I think could be I am, tapped into something different, something higher, the pulse that's underneath everything that just does that sacred dance, does that mythical sacred dance, always full of love. Sacred dance, meditation. That goes on my last point. Mystics walk the walk, not so much talk the talk. I was thinking, I don't even know what I was thinking at the time, but actually, yes, I do. What am I saying? Mystics walk the walk, not so much talk the talk. Mystics are quiet, they're still, they're chill. They know energy. They can feel more because their ego is diluted. It's still there, but it's diluted. And think of, I would consider myself a mystic. And like I've said earlier in this video, this is my voice. That's my path. It's my walk. I'm walking the path of the mystic, but my path is my voice, my writings, video. I mean, I'm gifted to live in this generation because I have this piece of equipment, this device, this tool that I can communicate, I can record myself, I can listen to music I can listen to a book, I can listen to a podcast, I can just listen to people talk, and I can share my own voice because of the internet. Like, what? And people are feeding for this kind of content, I feel like, because it's real, it's raw, and it's real, and that's what we need more of in this life. It's just real, raw people who don't give a fuck. Who just don't give a fuck. And I try my hardest not to give a fuck because I used to give so much of a fuck. But when you embrace love and more love for yourself, for your people, for your neighbor, for Earth, for nature, for the universe, for the cosmos, for everything that brought you here to this moment, to this very moment that you're sitting and thinking or watching. It's all about love. It's all about creation. Mystics walk the walk, not so much talk the talk. I want to read a little poem or meditation I wrote. I don't even remember when I wrote this. I think I wrote it a couple days ago. Or we could do another one. We can do a couple. Nah, let's just do this one. Or this one. No, wait. No, I think this aligns more with what I was talking about. Let's do this one. This existence is beautiful. Something else. When you look up, met with awe. When you detach from the selfish, the ego, just be. Let it flow. A blessing to be here. Don't let it bring you down. No one can take that away. Just promise yourself that whatever you do, make the best of it, of this life. It's so short on the cosmic scale of everything that is. One day you'll meet the end, reborn, reformed. That's the way it is. Just be. Just be, just be, just be. Just be.